Hi there, and welcome back to another edition of SocialPDX. My name is Bryce L. Tomlinson, and
I'm Tony Z. Thomas. I don't know. You can add whatever you want there.
he doesn't like to use his middle initial.
No, I don't have a middle name. I was so poor, I never got one.
He actually uses his first name as his middle name, and his middle name as his first name.
Well, my full name's Anthony, but people who call me Anthony don't live very long. So
they usually end up at the wrong end of Phil Robertson's barrel.
Oh, you're trying to get a controversial.
No, you. So you guys are probably wondering what we've been doing for the last year and a half.
You probably haven't, but we'll tell you anyway.
Well, I had some comments come up, so I thought I'd,
What have you been doing?
Yeah, what have you been doing for the last year and a half? What
have I been doing?
Yeah.
You're asking me?
Yeah.
I don't know, just hanging out, being groovy, living the dream. The biggest thing I've got going right now is I'm news promoter for OurCityRadio.com, which caters to indie artists, and which is local, national, and a lot of other countries. I'm not sure which of them. But if you're an indie artist and you're unsigned, you can actually upload your music free to the station and get national airplay, which is very cool. So I'm the news promoter. So what I do is I center on Portland and events and fun things. And
we are a Portland show.
Portland-based show.
Yeah.
And so that's what I do. And right now I've been going out with national spokesman Glenn Baggerly, and we've been interviewing a lot of local artists, which is really a lot of fun. So we're expecting some good stuff. You want to tune in to the national station, OurCityRadio.com. The Portland station is portland.OurCityRadio.com, and listen to local music in multiple genres, and it's a lot of fun.
How come you're not drinking coffee today?
How come? Yeah.
Because we usually open up with what kind of coffee we're drinking. So what's up with that? Huh?
It's sad. It's a sad story to tell. I am on a homeopathic remedy, and I won't go into detail, but it keeps my brain from frying. Leave it at that. That coffee antidotes it. It's not the caffeine. It's just coffee in general. I mean, I can drink tea, which is, redheaded. Coffee's redheaded stepchild. And poor excuse for a coffee substitute. So I can't drink coffee anymore, which is a real bummer. Hopefully I'll be able to do it again eventually. So right now I'm drinking a coffee alternative called Ayurvedic Roast, and nothing is ever going to substitute for coffee. But this is
link
good
for that video that he reviews it right here, which I want to try it later.
On the end of your finger?
Yeah, it's going to be right there.
Here. Put it like that. Put it in your nose.
No.
Oh, okay.
No, I don't have videos of my nose.
Okay. Anyway, so how was Chris? Oh, well, what have you been doing?
Well, for the last year and a half, I've been trying to grow New Depth Media to some extent. I've shot for this year. I've shot a music video, a wedding, several promo videos, and some of you guys know I have been prolifically posting on my gardening channel, the Bryce Gardens channel, and that channel has actually kind of taken off, and it just surpassed 100,000 views recently, which I was like, a gardening channel where you never know. And so I'm like raising worms over there, and I built a greenhouse in my backyard, and I made these.
He's going to host a live event
where you guys are going to see a lot of that stuff.
Live event where you can actually watch his worm farm, 24/7. Hey, look! I think it moved.
And I also started an online like an eBay junk.
Why are we getting little red
store.
Things up there?
It says it's recording.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah, it's good.
Okay.
It's good.
Just wanted to make sure we were getting out there.
I don't know. You may have done that once or twice, like recorded something.
Yeah. Once or twice. Yeah.
And the red thingy. That's what that.
Yeah. Chawman channel. Like I said, you never can tell. Chawman channel, after a launch in 2006, is still doing poorly. So I'm really considering just using it as an archive channel after my contract is up with full screen. And I don't have to insistently put up videos, and just use the archive channel, the Open Carry Vancouver channel. That's what's taken off. Plus, I'm getting more subscribers to the Easy Everyday Solution channel, and I need to start putting more videos
up there, stuff up there
too. But those seem to be good because they're
it's a resource that people can come back to.
It's not just a catch-all stuff, which is basically what the Chawman channel is.
So one of the things that we wanted to wish you guys a Merry Christmas a couple days ago.
And not happy holidays.
Yeah, not happy holidays.
Merry Christmas.
We like Christmas.
Yeah. Happy birthday, Jesus.
Yeah, happy birthday. And coming up this new year, we want to have much more regular videos on SocialPDX. I would say at least once a month, if not more often. But we'll see how the schedule works out. And we're also going to be doing some episodes of Into Portland on the Chawman channel, right?
Actually, that's on the Loving on Portland channel.
Loving on Portland,
where we go down, we do all kinds of groovy stuff and show you around and act like our normal idiot selves and have fun. What'd you get for Christmas?
I didn't get anything for Christmas.
Is that why you always?
We don't exchange.
Is that why you look
gifts.
so sad?
No, my wife and I decided about 7 years ago that we don't exchange gifts.
Oh, okay.
And it has been a liberating experience to separate ourselves from 100% of the commercial aspect of Christmas and totally focus that time on thinking about the birth of Jesus and God sending us a Savior.
So it's liberating.
So it's like totally liberating.
Kind of like when they burned their bras in the 60s.
Yes, except without the bras and without the things that are typically inside of them.
Without the floppy man boobs.
Right. So,
hey, I got a gift card from my mom for Denny's.
Yeah?
Yeah. I'm so excited.
That's awesome.
It'll work.
Well, I actually got from the school where I teach film. They gave me an 8 gig. They gave me an 8 gig flash drive and an orange. And orange. You know what? That's cool.
I was over at Office Depot today and found an 8 gig flash drive for $5.99. So yeah, they spent a lot of money.
Well, but they gotta buy when they do that. They got all that for a whole bunch of different people. So, and I'm not,
that'll work. It's better than a kick in the pants.
It's something everybody can use. So one of the things that we did want to talk about, like as far as social media is concerned, is the new Google Plus integration, which everyone has had, everyone's been all up in arms about it for the entire late summer and into fall. And neither one of us went to VidCon. And I'm actually kind of glad that we didn't go to VidCon this time. I might go again sometime, but yeah. But the aspect that there's some aspects that we don't like about the Google Plus integration, and there's some aspects that we do like. For one, what was your comment that you were going to make about it?
I like the fact that my video any video I put up is getting more airplay out on Google Plus as well as just on the channel, and people can actually comment on my videos from my Google Plus page, and it'll go over to the comment section on. So you've got people commenting from the channel and people commenting from Google Plus, and I'm getting a lot more comments. I don't know what the downside to this is. I haven't noticed a downside.
Well, I'll tell you one of the downsides, and
Fill me in.
one of them is that that many of your audience members who have not integrated with Google Plus, while they can to some degree comment on your content,
Right.
you cannot reply directly back to them.
I have noticed that.
And
that is
so
a bummer.
you'll find that there are people commenting now, and it was like, a month and a half ago, it was really problematic because almost nobody had integrated yet. And so anybody that had commented more than 2 weeks ago, you couldn't respond to it. And sometimes it takes me a while to get to, I try to respond to all the comments, all the relevant comments on my side. Yeah, I'm not going to do
Trolls be damned.
Yeah, trolls. See ya. Anyway, I find that to be annoying. The fact that they rolled that thing out broken, and to me,
we've always been beta testers for Google.
Okay, but I want to put this on the record. Okay, we're gonna put this
on the
there.
LP, on the vinyl.
I'm gonna put CDs this for us right here, and you can say that Bryce said it. Okay.
Yeah, blame Bryce.
And I am not a prophet, and I am not sponsored by anybody that I know of. Okay. So
if you are, you should be getting royalty.
Let's just say this, okay?
Better figure that
I
out.
have a prediction, and it's a big prediction. And I encourage you guys, if you disagree with me or if you agree with me, leave your comments down below, because this is probably going to be a matter of hot debate. But I came up with this prediction when I saw the Google Chromecast, okay, which is this HDMI dongle, plugs into the HDMI port of your HD TV, and as far as I can tell, I think it's maybe even powered by the HDMI.
Oh, okay, I think I've seen that. I don't know exactly what it is.
It basically tethers your Android device or your iOS device to your TV. And you can stream Netflix and Hulu and YouTube and stuff through your television. Okay. Now, this is not something
what's the big deal with that? You can do that by hooking up a friggin' cable from your laptop.
Yeah, I get that. Okay, but this is just a dongle.
Right.
That does that.
Okay. So something
and it's
else
$35
to spend money going.
And it's $35, so it's almost nothing.
Okay.
It's almost free. So it basically converts your television, as far as I can tell, it basically converts your television, if it's not already, into a smart TV. Like my TV is not a smart TV, but it does have HDMI. So for those of us that have an older television, that's great. For even smart TVs, a lot of those smart TV setups are slow. Like the Smart Hub on the Samsung televisions, it is slow. It's a beast. So having something like this that you can just press a button and you can control stuff and do things from your Android or iOS device. Now you know what they're going after there. They're going after Apple TV. Okay?
Yeah.
Android has always gone after the iPhone. Okay? It's always been going after Apple. Okay?
Competition
with
is
the
always
Chromebook,
great for us customers.
With the Chromebook, they are definitely going after the MacBook.
I'm getting one. I'm getting a Chromebook.
Okay. So
$199.
Hang on.
It's great. They're cool too. I was over at Office Depot. They're small.
With this push to force users to integrate with Google Plus. So they have a Gmail account, they have Google Plus. They have YouTube, they have Google Plus. They have any kind of Google account, they have Google Plus. Right? And eventually all of them will have to integrate to some degree with Google Plus, like it or not. Now the integration is, I believe, problematic because of them forcing us to have multiple profiles for all these different channels and stuff when we don't necessarily want them. Now, if they want to require me to be on Google Plus, that's great, but allow me to use the account of my choice with my YouTube account. That would be the best approach. Okay, just my own critique, but here's my prediction. I believe that in 5 years' time, Google will own and perhaps destroy Apple.
Okay.
They will own Disney. They will own Sony. They will own BMI if they don't already. They will own ASCAP. They will own Warner. And
you're going to get a lot of Apple fanboys all over your bed.
And they're going to own Microsoft. Okay? And the reason why I say this is because of the obvious pushes in those directions that they're making. Google is the biggest search engine in the world, and YouTube is the second biggest search engine in the world, and it's owned by the first biggest search engine in the world. And I think they have, I don't know, a little bit of pull.
Just
as far as where people go with things.
Well, see, I mean, I notice, and I'm sure everybody else notices, that if you set up a website or a blog or anything like that, and you set up a Google page or even a profile, and you've set up this website, you've had this website out there for like 5 years, and you set up this profile, this Google Plus profile yesterday, you're going to see that profile up there ahead of your 5-year-old website just simply because they cheat. But I mean, if we use that to our advantage, it's just like, okay, that's fine. I'll promote my YouTube channel on my page, and and that's the whole thing. That's what they want. I'll promote my blog on here and everything else, so I can funnel this traffic from Google Plus back to all my other stuff. Fine, you want me to play the game? I'll play the game. Whatever. I'm going to make this benefit me.
So here's the final part of my prediction. Okay, and you can leave out the BMI or the ASCAP thing. I think that's going to be true, but that's not key to my prediction. They will own Warner, they will own Sony, they will own Disney, they will own Microsoft, they will own Apple, and they will destroy Facebook. Facebook will be so gone that less people will remember it than those that remember MySpace.
Well, at this point in
and
time,
MySpace is
for
fairly
various reasons,
right?
I can't say I would mind Facebook being gone and moving directly over to Google, because of them, deciding who they want to let on their feeds and on their site and stuff, and who they don't. It's just like, we don't need that kind of crap.
And I know this is going to make some of you guys mad, but I know that YouTube and Google have gone through a lot of changes in the last few years, and we've all seen some ups and downs. I do think that some of these kinks and they're big kinks. Don't let me try to minimize them. They're big kinks, big problems. I think that they're going to get better. I think they're going to be handled better here in the future. There's already some things that I think are being handled better, like the login process, for instance. The fact that now on my account, most of the time, most of my account choices, the ones that I use,
it's still a little weird for me to try and get used to it.
It's not quite right, but it's getting better.
Yeah.
And I think that they're going to mess some things up in the process of making things really cool. And unfortunately for all of us, as soon as we get comfortable with anything on the internet,
they're going to change it anyway.
What's the next thing that happens?
Yeah.
I mean,
another thing with the comments that I've noticed that I don't appreciate is they have like this little spam filter on your comments, and some things will go in there. And if they don't have a Google Plus, if it's before they integrated the Google Plus and the
you
YouTube,
can't approve it.
You can't approve it. So you may be missing out some very good comments on your videos, and you can't approve those. Those are forever stuck in spam space.
Yeah, perhaps until the people finally integrate or something.
I don't know. That would be nice if they do set up their own stuff with Google Plus, then you can approve it, and it'll.
So we are trying to get. We do have.
Hey, look!
Twitter
I got
account.
A comment that somebody made 14 years ago, and it's just now on there.
Exactly. Yeah, I have that issue a lot with the Mind Power channel. I get lots and lots of comments. Questions about the tutorials. People, adding a little information or telling me they appreciate whatever, and I love going through my comments, even haters, people that get on there and they're like, you don't know anything, and I think it's I love going through comments, and I think it's it's ironic that I get something that's been posted like, a day or two ago, and they're like, you don't know anything about cameras. And I'll be like, well, part of my whole deal about learning has been, you make mistakes.
Do you actually answer trolls?
Yeah, I do.
Do you really?
Yeah. I actually very rarely will. I had one that actually
usually just
threatened me for to report me for inciting harassment because I was responding to his comments.
Oh, okay.
Anyway,
one of those people that freedom of speech is A-okay unless you have an opinion that differs from mine.
Yeah. So I wanted to tell you guys about our social media presence. Okay. At first, we were kind of doing this as a trial, see how it would go. We liked doing it, but we couldn't decide who was going to do it. And sometimes we found it difficult to talk about stuff because it was like, what are we going to talk about? And now there's tons of stuff to talk about right now. So I think it's prime time for us to really get our chops together and start doing it. But also, in the meantime, someone decided to squat our trademark. So we created the trademark in January of 2012. Someone got a Twitter account, Facebook account, and a website domain, and a Google Plus account.
And all they've got is the domain. It's just like, if one of those pages that, hey, I have this domain, and if you want it, it's on sale for $4,000. And
I think it's not even doing anything with it. I think it used to have some stuff on it, but at this point, it's just a domain saying it's for sale, and I'm not going to pay the asking price for it. I just want to know, can we just get through this?
Can we all just get along?
Anyway, we're going to try and get the SocialPDX.com. If not, we will let you know what happens. But we also have the at SocialPDX Twitter account, which we now have, and we're going to try to get a Facebook page together. But we're trying to decide how to do that with the person squatting our trademark. Anyway, so if you are that person, we'd love to talk to you about your squattage of our trademark.
We've already contacted the local Portland mob.
No, we didn't. No.
You're going to put your feet in cement.
No.
Throw you into
the we are nice guys. We are cool dudes, and we want to be diplomatic about this and do this like normal human beings. So if you're that person that's squatting, we'd just love to talk to you. Anyway, perhaps out in the parking lot. No.
With bats.
Anyway, you've been watching Social PDX. We are revolving around social media, Portland, Oregon, and all that Portland has to offer, and video editing and filming and our experience in the business of all that stuff.
Yeah.
What else are we about?
Just about anything we want to talk about.
We were about coffee.
We were, and I still am. If you go to my Pinterest account,
you will see all the stuff about coffee that he can't drink. The PDX guy.
I still have a board all about coffee. I'm still pinning stuff about coffee because I miss it so much.
So,
I'm okay.
One last thing that I want to say before we cut this off, because I have very little time remaining on this SD card. One last thing I want to touch on is if you are an artist or a Portland entity of some kind that would like to be interviewed on this show, we will be doing some interviews in the Portland area, and we would love to have you sitting right here, all lovey-dovey, right between us.
He touched me like he know me.
Anyway, we'd love to have you on the show and interview you and have some fun. And we'll talk about stuff. So thanks again. And anything else you want to say?
Not right now. I'm hungry.
Okay.
Time for lunch.
Later.
See ya.
we were thinking about talking about Penguin. And what is Penguin, Tony?
Penguin is a fuzzy little black and white guy. I started out this morning pouring myself a cup of 2-day-old coffee from my carafe. Do you do that, or do you make like a new pot every
Yeah, I call
day?
it Sunday Swill. It's usually made on Thursday.
Great.
And by that time, it's usually got kind of it's like
a chunkiness.
No, it's not
an
chunky.
extra chunky.
It just has like a visible film